Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Country Mama Musings. Our Quickie will give just a couple of minutes here for people to log in. Hopefully, we'll get some people logging in here today. I want to say hi to everybody who chimes in for a rewatch if you weren't able to make it here during the live and you're watching this on a replay. Thank you so much for being here. I'll explain to you a little bit what a quickie is. A quickie with Country Mama is just simply a really quick 10-minute rapid fire interview, and we just have a lot of fun. And after the interview is done, then we'll just kind of open things up for questions in the chat. And then after a little while, I'll go ahead and I will post the link. And if anybody wants to come on up in the panel and we'll have some fun chit chatting back and forth, you're welcome to do that as well. So tonight we have Ryan, aka Mr. Yogi Hollow from over at Yogi Hollow Farms, and his wife has corralled him in the corner, and he is here for a quickie with Country Mama. So, hi, Lisa. Hello, Baroque Cowgirl. That's all good. Oh, Gwen's in her PJs. You know what? We have PJ parties every once in a while. I think maybe Wednesday I'll do a PJ party. Hello, Pamela. Yeah, Pamela just came over from over at Shannon's at Kitchen Shenanigans. So welcome to your first quickie with Country Mama. We've got Ryan backstage. We're going to bring him up. We're going to have a little fun, and we'll just have a really great late evening here. And then Wednesday, maybe I'll do pajama party, and that way maybe Gwen could come over in her pajamas for that too. So without further ado, here comes Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Alicia.
Do I have you muted? Hang on. There you go.
I have myself muted.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
We're having a little bit of a lag. I don't know if it's on your end or if it's on my end, but we're just going to keep going here and act like we know what we're doing. So, okay. You're my very first wife encouraged quickie. So your wife was my first quickie, and then I had my first couples quickie, and then last week I had my first gay quickie, and now you're the first one where your wife has actually kind of pimped you out.
Yeah,
How does that make you feel?
Well, whatever I have to do, I guess.
It's kind of payback. I think this is appropriate since you tried to kidnap me in the parking lot of a farm store a few months ago.
Probably.
I still have rope burns from where you tied the rope around my arm. Okay, so before we start our quickie, tell us 5 random things. They can be anything you want. It doesn't have to be about your homestead. Just 5 random things you want everybody to know.
Wow. I live in South Dakota. I work in the mining and mineral processing industry. I love the outdoors. I love hunting and fishing. I like spending time around the homestead. It's been great getting that going over the last couple of years, and I really enjoy having the animals.
Awesome. Now your wife is over here in the chat saying you chose to do this. She didn't force you to do this. Is this true?
Yeah, I think she forced me.
What the heck?
No,
I can hear her protesting in the background.
Yeah, she is. I volunteered.
It's all good fun. Okay, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Yogi Hollow, are you ready for your quickie with Country Mama?
Yes.
All right, here we go. It is 9:36. We're going to go to 9:46. And your first question is, what is one thing that you've tried that you'll never do again?
Living in the South.
Living in the South?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't.
What are you thinking right now?
I got to get up and go to work tomorrow morning.
Oh, so we won't keep you up here too late then.
No,
All
that's
right.
all right.
What is the most favorite thing you've done in the last 24 hours?
Played with Diesel,
Played with
my
Diesel.
bulldog.
What's the most favorite thing that Diesel's done in the last 24 hours?
Repeat that.
What is the most favorite thing that Diesel has done in the last 24 hours? Don't say
Probably
licked himself either.
No, probably napped on the couch.
Napped on the couch. Okay. Okay. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Bacon.
Bacon. Okay. Ooh, if you could be any animal, what would you be?
Probably a trout.
Hi, Dana. Hi, Sherry. A trout. Ooh, interesting. We're going to have to circle back on that one and find out why. What's the best purchase you've made this year?
The 1992 Dodge pickup I bought in January.
Okay. What is the strangest thing you know way too much about?
Strangest thing in the way. Probably my line of work, mineral mining and mineral
Okay, well, we
processing.
can come back and discuss that. Mining. What is your current guilty pleasure?
I don't know.
You don't have a current guilty pleasure? She's in the background feeding you answers, isn't she?
No, she's not.
No.
She's keeping Diesel under control. I really don't know.
A show,
I know
something
what
you
it.
like
I
to
know what it
eat.
is. Online auctions.
Oh, yes. Fun.
Yes, that's.
Fun.
I watch a few of them in the area, and yes, I've bought several things.
Oh, me too. I've done the same thing. What would you pick if a genie gave you just one wish?
Geez, I don't know. Warm weather.
Warm weather. Nice. What is your go-to Monopoly playing piece and why?
Wow, I haven't played Monopoly in a long time. I'd probably have to say
You
the
have to go
little
back
car.
when you were a kid. The
I
little
would say
car.
the
How
car.
come?
Yeah, I've always had interest in things with motors, tractors, trucks, cars, motorcycles.
Okay. Do you have a hidden talent?
Do I have a hidden talent?
One that you can share on YouTube without getting me in trouble?
That's a hard one. Can I pass? I don't. Maybe let's come back to that one.
Pass.
What's that?
Your hidden talent is you like to circle back like our Speaker of the House. Well, no, she's not the Speaker of that. She's the press secretary. Circle back,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, that's your hidden talent. What is the favorite country that you would like to visit?
Country that I would like to visit. I would have to say Iceland.
Iceland. Interesting. Is it Iceland or Greenland? One of them is the ones. Have you seen the movie, the Walter Mitty movie? And I think he goes to Iceland. It's very pretty there. I would do that. Pumpkin pie or apple pie?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. What's the best piece of advice you are ever given?
The best piece of advice I was ever given. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Ooh, nice. What is your favorite book?
My favorite book. Wow. That's a hard one.
You want to switch it up for what's your favorite movie?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, I love that one. Those aren't pillows.
Yeah.
What is something you do to embarrass your wife?
Break wind in the aisle of a grocery store.
What does Diesel do to embarrass you?
Probably the same thing. Yeah. No, Diesel. He actually behaves pretty well in public. Except for lives. I will say, but at home he's a different animal.
When I met him, he was like, "Here's my butt. Here's my butt. Here's my butt."
Yeah. That's what he pretty much does. He doesn't really misbehave. He doesn't really misbehave in public. He's a good dog.
He is a good dog. I enjoyed meeting him. What one would you want to be? A ghost or an alien, and why?
I think I'd like to be an alien to see where aliens come from.
Okay.
To go back to their.
When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I'd say probably like a policeman or a fireman, like most kids. But that never really panned out.
Okay. It's good to have the dreams, though. How did you get your worst scar? Don't say bending over in the shower either. Michael's got that one.
No, I think it was at a party. I had a little too much to drink and I fell back into a window. Back when I was in my early 20s.
You fell, and what happened when you fell?
I got glass and cut the back of my head.
Oh, gosh. My goodness. Ryan, what's your favorite candy?
Those caramel chews.
Ooh. They have a name. What are they, those caramel chews? Charleston chews?
No, they're
just the regular caramel.
Yeah, the square ones.
I think Brock's.
Brock's makes them. Yeah.
Like Brock's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. What is the worst habit you'll never break?
Probably smoking.
Okay. What is the scariest thing you've ever done? Have a quickie with Country Mama. You did what?
Ate at a buffet.
Oh, God, that's scary. That can be scary. That can
yes,
be scary.
It can be.
Something most people don't know about you. This is your last question, I think. It depends on how quick you answer it.
Most people don't know about
you. Have it here. Something that most people don't know about you. Tell them you have like a parasitic twin that grew on your shoulder and you had to have it cut off when you were 12.
No, probably this. You know, I struggle with anxiety. Pretty.
You're
Sometimes
not
it's bad.
alone.
Sometimes it's not. But I try to do the best that I can to, keep moving on.
You're not alone in that. You're not alone. We have time for one more. Your friend invites you to dinner. What will you bring?
Probably dessert and a bottle of
Not
wine.
the buffet.
Not the buffet.
Ooh, dessert and a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
Don't
dessert and
bring
a
the stuff
bottle of
from the
wine.
buffet.
Yep.
Awesome. And that's it. Your quickie with Country Mama is done. That was a painless 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not too bad. I don't,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, no, it was very good. No, I had a good time. I know I'm not
Yeah.
one for being in front of the camera a lot or this kind of stuff, but I enjoyed it.
You're a newbie. You're a little vanilla here.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah, Lisa does
So
most of the
what I
talking.
want to do now, Lisa does most of the talking. Papa Jim's the same way. He would probably be a little apprehensive as well. Because I'm the I'm the social butterfly and he's the wallflower. So does anybody have any questions for Ryan? If you do, type them into the chat, use all caps so I can see it, and we will ask Ryan those questions. I'm also going to say hello to everybody who has popped in while I've been doing a quickie here with Ryan. I don't get to read everything. So Diesel's not nearby, huh? Because people wanted dirt on Diesel. What's some fun dirt you can share about Diesel besides his gaseous, momentous Maximus?
He's a little bit different than the other bulldog that we had. He's more I don't want to say he's a little more mischievous than Yogi was, and he's not as friendly as Yogi was. But he's a good dog all in all. The main thing is
what's the naughtiest shenanigan he's ever done?
He does it all the time. When we're going to load the dishwasher, he gets up on the door and sticks his head in there and starts licking the dishes. And it's started one time, and he'll be sleeping on the couch. You open the dishwasher and start putting silverware in, and he's off the couch and he's right over and got his head stuck as far as he can in the dishwasher.
If there is one thing I cannot stand it when the dogs lick the dishes.
Yeah, I know.
It is one of my huge pet peeves. Yeah, and Papa Jim has no problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any problem with it either, really. I know I don't think Lisa cares that much, but I know I have a sister that really doesn't like it either.
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't. You can give me two identical dishes and put them in the sink, and I can tell you which one a dog has licked because they get slimy. Like within 10 minutes, it's like, ugh, I cannot handle it. We have some requests. We have requests in the chat. People want to see Diesel. Lisa, are you able to bring him in so people can say hello to Diesel? I mean, they love you too, Ryan, but.
That's all right. Come here, buddy.
Here he comes, Dana.
Say hi, buddy.
Diesel, you're frozen. There you go. Hey,
buddy. I got you, buddy.
Oh, he is full of it tonight, isn't he? He's just full of it.
Yeah.
What a love. What a love.
He's a good boy, huh?
Now, we used to have a bulldog like that, and his name was Sarge. And Sarge had Sarge had three favorite things. But one of them was, we used to have a laser pen and we would run it on the floor, and we had tile floors, and we would run that laser pen on the floor and then stop it about 10 feet before the door. And he'd run through the house. And then when it would stop, he would put the brakes on, and then he would slide right into the door.
I'm going to put him
His
down.
brakes didn't work, but he loved chasing that laser pen. Does Diesel have a favorite toy? Besides the dishwasher?
He's got a lot of toys that got squeakers in them. He loves those. Like here's like a dragon. He loves his dragon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how cute!
People were saying it was huge.
Yeah, he's.
So Lisa says he was 82 pounds when you got him, and now he is 65 pounds.
Yeah, he was when we got him. He was very overweight. He panted a lot, and when we took him to the vet, they said he's just too big. And he had troubles, some skin issues, and he had a collar that was kind of grown into his neck. So we got him healthy, and I think now he's between like 65 and 67 pounds. And he's much more active. And you can tell his mobility is much better now that he's lost that weight. 85 pounds. He almost looked like a big football.
Oh, wow. You should have named him Pigskin.
Yeah.
You could have named him Patriot, and you deflated him.
Yeah. But no, he's doing much better now than he was.
Good. So in a sense, then I guess, is he a rescue then?
Yes. Yep.
Good. I love when people rescue dogs.
Yeah, the folks that had him couldn't, for health reasons, couldn't take care of him anymore, and we had lost our dog Yogi probably about 2 months prior, and we found him online, and Lisa went and saw him, and I said, we got to get him. So he did have some health issues. He had ear problems, the collar grown into his neck. I don't know. I shouldn't say grown in. It was like a leather collar, but all the hair was gone, and it was all red and sores around where the collar was. So we got him fitted with a harness and took care of his neck and everything. And as a bulldog, mostly they're better off with a harness than they are a collar, just because of their neck size and their length. I think
my little terrier is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brenda wants to know if he farts. She says her son's dog will run you out of the room.
Yeah, he does. He not a lot.
Odious Maximus.
Yeah, he's not as bad as some dogs, but yeah, he will. There's times, he'll drive you out of the room.
And out of your truck, because you guys took him on your trip this July.
Yes. He
was. I think that's his hidden talent is.
Yeah.
Leaning on things and expressing his own anal glands.
Yes, that is correct. That was a tough time in the truck for a day there.
For all of you, I'm sure.
Yes, but overall, he travels well.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy. All right, guys. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I wanted to talk to you about this mining thing. Mm-hmm. So my dad worked at a copper mine when I was growing up, and then he also worked for Kaiser Steel at the steel mine. So what kind of mining do you do, if you're allowed to say?
Yeah, what I do now is we primarily mine feldspar, which goes into ceramics, sanitary ware, toilets, sinks, insulators, paints, sealants, and also mica, which goes into the same things, but our most of those products, like fire extinguishers, also in oil and gas.
The spray that comes out of the fire extinguisher?
Yeah, there's we have several different customers that use them for various pieces. I don't know the technical parts of them, but they are fire extinguisher manufacturers.
Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if it's the actual spray that comes out or something that they use for a piece in the nozzle or something strange.
I think it's mostly for fire suppression. And
Interesting. But when you said you were a miner, and I know Lisa has mentioned it before, I thought, oh, my dad worked at the mines too. So I thought that was kind of neat.
yeah, I've been doing it for about 25 or 26 years. I've worked in limestone mine in Connecticut. That's where I started out. I was there 16 years, and then I worked in North Carolina for 10. And the kind of the same thing, feldspar and high purity quartz, which goes into solar panels in the semiconductor industry.
Nice. I remember one of my earliest memories of my dad was him coming home from working in the copper mine, and he gave me a piece of copper, and it looked like an asterisk or a star, or it just had all these little points sticking out of it. It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. He never brought me home any steel from the steel mine, though, which I'm thankful for. Hey, Jackie, welcome, everybody. We just finished a little while ago our quickie with Ryan, and I'm going to put the link up if anybody wants to come on up and join in on the chat. You can. I know that Lisa said she was feeding Ryan a whole bunch of caffeine earlier so he could stay awake. I imagine he's got to get up early for work in the morning. So we won't keep him too long, but I will put the link up if anybody wants to come up and say hello. And even if Ryan has to head off to bed, then, we can still keep chatting if anybody wants to. Jackie, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy
Everybody
birthday.
in the chat say happy birthday to Jackie.
Happy
That's
birthday,
wonderful. So I don't know. I'm sure Lisa let Ryan know, but I'll let you guys know too. I wasn't even sure we were going to be able to do this live today because I had jumped in the shower and the bigger dogs were letting me know that they wanted to go outside. So I wrapped up the shower real quick and I opened the front door just in my towel. And the two big dogs went out, but the little dogs wanted to go out too. And I have to really keep an eye on the little dogs. But it was a little bit too chilly out with just a towel. So I ran into the room real quick, got dressed. And when I came back to the door, our little blind dog was gone, like gone, vanished. And because he's blind, he doesn't move very, very fast. And I noted where he was in the yard before I ran in to get dressed. And when I came back, he was just gone. And I looked for probably close to a half an hour on our 5 acres and out in the road and in the ditches and back behind us. I looked for about a half an hour before I called Jim. And he came home and we looked and looked and looked and we could not, and it was dark because the time change it was dark and it was getting colder and my head's wet. I had my hair up into a towel. And gosh, we were just all over this farm looking for that little blind dog and he wouldn't bark, nothing. And I looked, you could hear the coyotes off in the distance. I thought maybe the coyotes. There were no tracks in the field. We have a cornfield to the west of us and a cornfield to the north of us. Okay, we're surrounded by cornfields. We have them on all 4 sides of us. And I looked out in the field and I didn't see any tracks or anything to make me think that an animal got him. And I thought, oh my gosh, what if an eagle swooped down and picked him up and took him? I mean, he's all of 23 pounds, but we do get some pretty big bald eagles that sit out here in these trees on our property. Could not find him. And after about an hour and 10 minutes, we finally found him. And he was, I'm putting you to sleep, Ryan.
No, I'm listening.
Sleep.
No, I'm interested.
Papa Jim has this really big light from Snap-on that's portable. And he went out there and he found him out in the cornfield, way out in the cornfield. I don't even know how he got out there. But I almost thought I was going to have to cancel because if my little dog ended up disappearing tonight, there was no way I was going to be able to
it's good.
to
I'm
have a
glad
quickie
you
with you
found him.
tonight. Oh, I was so scared. And of course, I was trying to be brave the whole time. But then once we found him, I started crying. So I was glad that we got him home, and
Yeah.
he better not do that again. He is, they said he was between 5 and 7 when we got him, and we've had him 9 years. So
wow.
he, 14 to 16 years old and blind, and he
Yeah,
has
that's
seizures.
nuts.
So I didn't know if he was under the porch and had a seizure. I don't know. So
Wow.
Jackie
Glad
says
you
she saw
found.
yesterday she was birthday buddies. Oh, yeah, with Eric from the Bland's Promised Land Ranch. And Lisa's was yesterday. All of these November babies. That was my dog. Did you hear her?
Yeah.
Good Lord. She does that almost every single live. She will sit on the couch and she just makes that yakking noise. I don't know why she does it. But I don't know if you've seen it, Ryan, but there is have Lisa find it. And I'm hoping somebody in the chat has seen it so I don't sound incredibly stupid. But there is this reel or a short video on Instagram, and people are doing this thing about like it's Miss Pamela's Halloween workout. And she's like, ride the broom, ride the broom. Oh, somebody help me. She says something like, kick Satan in the nuts or something. It's this really weird thing. And when people are mimicking it, they're always saying, and this is Alan. And I want to see if I could time her just right where I could do this weird workout and have her yak like that right in the middle of it on cue. You haven't seen that, Yogi? You got to look that up.
No, I have
It's
to
like
find
Miss
it.
Pamela's Halloween workout or something. It's stupid, but it's hysterical. But every time she does that, I think, oh, if I could just get her to do that on cue, then I could have her join me in my video. Jackie says her third daughter will be 18 on Wednesday, son on the 17th next Tuesday. Oh, he'll be 17 on the 16th. Lots of birthdays, lots of birthdays.
Yeah, our son's birthday's on the 16th.
And one day apart from his. You froze.
I think.
There, you're back. Whose birthday is on the 16th?
Our son's birthday is on the 16th of November.
Oh, look who we have coming up.
Oh.
We have a new person. Oh, it's a hand.
Is there an echo?
Oh.
You want me to mute?
I don't know yet.
How's that?
That's pretty darn good.
On
well, Ryan, do you want to stay on or do you want to go to bed?
I am probably going to sign off and let Mrs. Yogi Hollow Farm take over.
With Diesel and the Dragon.
Yeah. But I want to thank you for having me,
Jackie
Alicia.
wants to know how old. My pleasure. I'm glad you were here. Mm-hmm. Thank you for staying up for the quickie. I appreciate it. I know it's late when you've got to go to work.
Yep. No problem.
I appreciate you being here. It's good to see you, and I was really glad to get to meet you this last July when you came through. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, likewise, and thanks again for the interview. If there's any other questions, I can always go back and look and answer them.
Yeah, or we can ask Lisa to yell. If you're in the other room, we'll just have her yell at you.
Yeah, Lisa can answer them. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
I'm going to jump on where he is.
Okay. All right, Ryan. Good night. Have a good day at work tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Alicia. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Good
night.
Everybody say good night to Ryan. He's off to La La Land. And then she just fills right into the seat. Hello, Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
How are
I'm
you,
red in the
friend?
face. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I was keeping Diesel busy, and he acts like I'm a jungle gym. If you lay on the floor, he climbs all over you.
There could be worse things.
True.
Climbing all over you is one thing, but our dog, I told you about our bulldog, what his favorite thing was with his blue chair.
Yeah.
So at least you're not the equivalent of a blue chair.
Very true. Very true.
Jackie wants to know how old your son's going to be this month.
29.
29.
We have one son.
We'll just continue the interview with you. And Lisa, do you and just one child, correct?
Yeah, just one son. Nick was my son from a previous marriage because I got married really young. And so he will be 29 and he is married, and I have a granddaughter.
Your granddaughter's adorable.
Thank you.
She is adorable.
I can't believe she's 4.
How is it that you and I are almost the same age and your granddaughter's 4 and my granddaughter turned 18 this year?
I know it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, because I used to get it all the time.
It is.
That I had him when I was 24. And I know at the time that he went to elementary school, I was one of the youngest moms there. They were all 30s and 40s. And so everybody always was like, you're the youngest, blah, blah, blah. And I made this big deal out of it. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But
I'm not even sure I was allowed to drink when my first went to kindergarten.
Well, there you go. There you go. Jackie said
I may have just been legal.
Jackie said I'm too young to have a
29-year-old.
I'm 53.
Oh, I'm just a little bit older than you. I'm 54.
See that? Not far at all.
No. And Brenda, her granddaughter's birthday was the 1st. I'm telling you, all these Novembers.
Cold Februaries.
All these Novembers.
Yeah, my granddaughter was the end of October, and I was the 7th. My son is the 16th. My mother was the 17th. My brother was the 25th, and my father was December 11th. So clearly by the time clearly by the time my dad's birthday rolled around, we just pulled something off the Christmas pile and gave it to him. That was the big joke.
It sounds like everybody's parents in that entire lineage there had nothing to do during the winter months.
Old Februaries.
Like February. Or Valentine's Day.
Here's the funny story, though. I remember Lisa Colovi, who's one of my moderators, because I know her since we were kindergarten. And the funniest thing was the year that she got married, but also had her wedding shower, was the year that I got pregnant with Nick. And we just joked about it because I'm convinced I know when I got pregnant. And it was a wild wedding shower. But
I guess so.
But yeah, so it
Mom says it was a cold February.
It was a cold February. Absolutely.
There's a family that lives here in our little town. 12 kids. Wow. Now they're all adults and have kids of their own and grandkids. 12 kids though in this family, in this little town, back in the, 40s, probably 50s. And the grandparents lived with the family. So they had 3 generations living in the house.
Yep.
And on Sundays, the grandma and grandpa, they insisted that those grandchildren go to church. So they would take the grandkids to church. And then 9 months later, another baby would show up. And they were like, That's the only time they had any privacy was when Grandma and Grandpa took the kids to church and they'd make another baby. They had 12 of them.
Oh my word, that's a lot. That's funny.
You'd think the parents would have picked up on it and said, you sinners, get in the wagon. You're going to church with us.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Thanks for understanding that Ryan is not a night owl and goes to work early.
Oh, no. I was just glad he was able to come on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, though. And you should feel honored because this is rare that he would do this. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I do feel honored. And like I said, he was my first quickie where a wife said, here, have a quickie with Country Mama.
He'd love to do one. But yeah, he's just a quiet. He's a quieter kind of guy until you know him and stuff. And I'm sure that, well, I don't want to say I'm sure that. I was going to say even you would notice he's different in person than on this.
And he's taller in person.
He's much taller in person.
I was really surprised when I met you guys just how tall he is, because in any of your guys' videos, you just don't notice it.
Yeah, he's 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, he's very, very tall.
Very.
I'm going to blow Jackie's mind right now because she said she was 34 when she had her oldest of 4. I was barely 16.
Wow.
And it was a planned pregnancy. It was planned pregnancy.
Wow. Wendy at Southern Sewn and Grown has 12 dogs. I think you need 2 more. Gwen over at Broke Cowgirl has a friend who needs to rehome 2 bulldogs.
Oh, yes. I was getting a little bit of that in the chat earlier.
Yep.
And where are those dogs located at, Baroque? Gwen?
I think Oklahoma, she said, but I don't want to speak for her.
Okay.
I would love to take them.
They're great dogs.
Right now, I can't. What I'm looking for is, livestock guardian dogs. If I did take another dog,
right? Yeah, I saw a couple that were available.
Oh, don't say that. Wendy says I have 5 newborns. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I saw a story on Instagram.
Who wants to hear a dirty joke?
Oh, I do.
Who wants to hear a dirty joke? Wendy made me think of a dirty joke.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see somebody in the chat say if they want to hear a dirty joke. Oh, wait. The 5 newborns is on top of the 12, so she has 17.
Oh, Lord. God bless you.
Okay, Brenda wants to hear the joke. It's not too terrible. So there were all of these ladies. You were talking about a wedding shower earlier. There were all of these ladies, and they were at a baby shower. And the mother-to-be is sitting down at her baby shower, and she's rubbing her belly, and everybody wants to know, does she want a boy or does she want a girl? And she says she really doesn't care. And there was another woman who was there expecting, and she said, you can always tell what kind of baby you're going to end up with based on the position you choose when you're making the baby. And she said, if the mother's on the bottom, you get a boy. And if the mother's on the top, you get a girl. And so the woman whose baby shower this was, she goes, oh, I'm having a little girl. And the other one says, well, I'm having a little boy. Well, in the corner, there's this young girl, and she's just bawling. She is crying. And they're consoling her, and they want to know what is wrong. And she just blubbers out. She says, I'm having puppies.
Oh, God. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I don't have to explain why, I hope, for the people in the chat.
I get it.
She chose that alternative position, and she's having puppies.
That's so funny. Jackie was saying that
that is not the dirty joke. That is not the
Jackie
dirty joke that I'm going to be telling on my 30 days, 30 questions.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I keep
because I did a joke.
Eyes.
What's wrong with your eyes tonight?
I was on the floor with Diesel, so I probably got a hair in my eye.
Oh.
You know when you're laying on the
Put
floor
it on
with
a
them,
tea.
and, yeah, and you don't vacuum often. That's what happens. Maybe some chicken manure.
Sometimes Jim will get on the floor with the dogs, and when he stands up, when Jim stands up after playing on the floor with the dogs, he says, "You're welcome." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I just vacuumed for you." And he's just covered in hair.
That's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. I wanted to say on Instagram, there was an account that talked about having a livestock guardian dog, and they raised Kuni pigs. And one of their pigs became ill. They're not sure what happened, but they think it was neurological. And they think, this is all speculation because they don't know, but they think that the pig ate a mushroom and developed neurological symptoms and was very ill. And oh my gosh, Alicia, I was crying looking at the pictures because the dog was literally going like this on the pig. Like, come on, buddy, get up, and I know it's human interpretation, but oh my gosh, it just was, and it was a Pyrenees. So I'm kind of thinking about what we need. Right now, we don't need it, but moving forward, we definitely, something we were thinking about.
Hello, Lynette.
Hey, Lynette.
Lynette joined us.
Mr. Yogi Hollow was here, but he had to go to bed.
He did. He had his quickie, and now he's going to go to sleep while I went in a chat. I just want to talk and cuddle.
He's going to roll over and go to bed.
He's going to roll over and go to sleep. It happens. I'm used to it. Hello, Leanne. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. I think I'm going to drop. There we go. We had a cat. My boys brought home a cat when they were little, and Jim is highly allergic to cats. So they brought home this cat, and we just knew that we weren't going to be able to keep it. Well, my mother was visiting at the time, and so she named the cat after my grandfather before Jim got home.
Oh, wow.
So when Jim gets home and all the kids are like, "Look at our kitty. His name is Russell." He couldn't say no because my mother was staying with us on a visit. So then we were at the store and somebody was giving away kittens, and we picked up another kitten. And so we named her after my grandmother. So we had Russell and Gertrude. And we had them for quite a while. And one day Jim was going off to work, and he saw Russell in the street, and Gertrude had been hit by a car.
Oh, no.
And just like you said about that dog, that Russell was taking his little paw and he was trying to get her to move, He was pawing at her. And she wouldn't move. And Russell turned and looked at Jim and just gave him this evil eye look, shit grin, and walked away, and he never came back home.
Oh.
So I think they have those feelings. I think they do.
I think they do too. I mean, I think that they clearly develop a relationship. I mean, come on, I've got pigs, and you don't think of pigs, but the pigs are like dogs, and it's funny because it's like I watch them interact. I mean, the girls are a whole different ball game because of the fact that they've been together since they were little. Then you have Sherman and Grant, and just going out to feed them. It's just like Sherman is like the little exorcist. I'm sorry, Grant is like the exorcist. Sherman is like the grumpy old man. They have personalities. They care,
Yeah, they do. Little Pigglesworth. I go out.
Oh.
I love feeding him.
I love Pigglesworth.
And he's got some. I love Pigglesworth. He's got. I didn't get out. I haven't been feeling good, and I didn't get out to collect the eggs for the last couple days. And we've had some nights that have been pretty cold. And I thought, I'll just give him to Pigglesworth. I'll give him all the eggs today. So I went out and I collected all the eggs, and he had we changed our chicken yard, so we have a gate that opens so they can go back out into the orchard again.
Okay.
And he was all the way out in the orchard. He saw I was feeding everybody, so he started making his way up so he could eat. And he was walking on his front knees instead of his feet.
Oh.
And I felt so bad for him. So I took the eggs out all the way out to him, and he just sat there and he enjoyed those eggs. But, we got him because he was a product of inbreeding. And so he does not have little cloven feet. He just has one toenail. And so he has issues walking. So, but my gosh, we've had him we got him in 14 and this is 21. We've had him over 7 years.
Wow.
So, and he's just a big love, but he sure does love those eggs. Brenda wants to know what y'all's weather's like today.
Snowing earlier this morning.
Today was a nice day. Was it?
Yeah, it was wet.
That means you're sending it my way.
Yeah, just wet snow, not really white. Like not white. We didn't get white. It just came down and left wet because we had a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend. I'm looking at the weather now, but it was, over the weekend, it was in the upper 50s, 60s, and it was beautiful, gorgeous to be outside. And today was cold. And it was, they said we had a high of 45. I beg to differ. And our low is 28. And I have to collect eggs. I'm glad you said that, actually. But I love the pigs that we have.
After I collected the eggs.
What's that?
After I collected those eggs, I didn't go out and get any eggs after that. So he'll be having eggs tomorrow, too.
Diesel loves eggs.
If I can get oh, yeah. When Pigglesworth, when he was just a couple years old, I used to put my finger up and say, sit. And he would sit for an egg, just like a dog.
Oh.
They're so smart.
They are.
But I don't get anywhere near him now with those tusks.
Yeah.
But here today, the dog's going to yak. Oh, she changed her mind. It was nice here today, but I spent all day in the pantry, so I have really no idea what it was like out. I worked and worked and worked on that pantry. Yeah, I bet it was. 46 and 73 this afternoon. So Wendy says, my pig lived in my house till it was time she was sleeping in my bed. I love her. Oh. Wendy, all 3 of our piggies lived in our house with us when they were little, and then they would transition out to the chicken coop, and they lived with the chickens. So, and then they had free run of the orchard and would sleep under the apple trees, and they just had a really nice life out there.
Funny thing.
And Cheerios, yes.
And Cheerios? Cheetos, I think.
Oh, little piggies. Oh, Cheetos. Pay attention. I guess I just wanted to read it as Cheerios because that was our piggy's favorite treat was Cheerios. But
That's
Cheetos.
Funny.
I don't know that the Cheetos would have made it to the pig because I think Papa Jim would have eaten all the Cheetos. Cheerios is something. Jim would actually put a Cheerio in between his lips and the little piggy would come up and just take it right out of his mouth.
No thanks.
When he was, just a little thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think, I think he was only 3 pounds when we brought him home.
Aw. We moved the girls this weekend, and it's funny. It'll be in one of our videos for this week, and is what my goal is. And Eleanor, no problem, walked all the way up from the pasture to the other place. Fiona was afraid to leave, convinced the electric fence was on, even though it wasn't, and hasn't been for a while, because they don't need it. They don't need it. The big pigs did. We just did it for everybody. Fiona needed a little encouragement. Ryan had to steer her because she just kept going to take off. And then it's funny because you have Sherman where I just call him and he comes running.
That's sad, though, that they think that fence is still on.
I know.
Only take once.
I know, but I also do it.
I have to show you my shirt.
Your what?
I want to show you the shirt that I put on for today.
It's pretty.
And I'll say it now that you're here. Isn't it pretty? But look, I'm going to angle this down. You know, do you think if I'm walking through the store, there goes the dog. Do you think if I'm walking through the store, the placement of like this flower bud and then this flower bud, do you think it's just a little suggestive?
It is. You're also
I was getting ready looking in the mirror going, why are they right there? Why do I have that right on my nipple area?
If it makes you feel better.
I told myself.
I was going to say, if it makes you feel better, I'm wearing my pajama top from yesterday.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like. Well, if you take two of my stickers and put them on your shirt, they'll look like these. My poor little pasty stickers. I do like the shirt. Thank you so much. You know what, though, Lisa?
What?
3 months ago, I couldn't wear it. And look at it.
I know.
Look at that.
Know.
Look at this.
Not a good way to lose weight.
Can you see it in my face?
I can see it.
I don't know if it's evident in my face, though. I was looking earlier at the picture that you and I took when we had lunch, and I don't know if it shows or not. But I'm feeling this is a little more hangy.
Well,
so for those who don't know, I've lost about 30 pounds in two and a half months.
Well, I don't
know. Good night, Leanne.
Night, Leanne. This is kind of sticky because,
Thank you for popping in.
Diesel was licking me. It's disgusting. Gross.
Did you ever watch Boston Legal?
I think so. It's been a while, though.
There was this character on Boston Legal, and he was a lawyer. And he had a thing for women's little chin hang.
Was it Boston
he was always going up and touching.
Or was it Ally McBeal?
No, Boston Legal.
Okay, because I know.
But I love Ally McBeal too.
Ally McBeal, I think it was Richard. He'd be like.
Well, I know this one's Boston Legal because he would always do it to Candace Bergen. He would always try to go up and touch her dealie though there. Thank you, Wendy. Funny. Thank you.
Aw. Night, Brenda.
But yeah, I'm glad I was feeling well enough to come on today because I think you saw my last live. I was just like dragging. I was not feeling well. So I'm glad I'm feeling a little better.
It'll get better from here.
So I hope so. I've been a very, very, very good girl. I've not cheated at all in 3 days.
That's good.
Give me a couple weeks. I'm sure I'll have something I'm not supposed to have.
You got to get it under control first. And then when you learn what you can and cannot have, you know what I mean? It's a little different.
Yeah.
Right now you've got it. I know I saw your video on the first blood stick and I think it was 300 something. So you got to get that down.
312. And that was waking up in the morning and not having any coffee creamer or brushing my teeth, nothing sugar. 312.
I used to do community mental health, and we had a client who constantly would not register so high. And we're talking like over 700.
Oh. Wow.
So I'm glad that you're taking care of
I have no idea. Yeah. I'm glad we finally figured it out because you and I were talking back and forth. I said, I don't know what's wrong, but I'm losing weight. I picked up those meds the other day from the pharmacy and I said, yeah, I've lost 30 pounds. He's like, wonderful. I said, without even trying, he's like, oh.
And by the way, I have a diagnosis. Ooh.
Ooh. You're frozen. You're frozen like this. There you go. You're back.
Crazy.
Oh. Anyways, well, I don't know what anybody else is going to do. But it doesn't seem like anybody wants to join us tonight. And our numbers are not great tonight. I think everybody must be over at somebody else's live.
It's been a quiet week too, I've noticed.
Well,
going
I
from
think it's
last
not
week
only a
to
quiet week, but I will admit I didn't promote it as much as I should have, but I just wasn't feeling well.
Yep.
I honestly just wasn't feeling well.
I think it's a quiet week.
So I
I think
haven't.
that's what it is.
It's a what?
A quiet week. It has been for the past week. It's a lot quieter than usual.
I thought you said it was a pot week. That's what I thought you said.
That
I was like,
too.
what is she talking?
Not for me because I still get tested at work, but this week.
Should
I
I
only
tell
have 2 days
everybody
this week.
the one? Will I get in trouble with YouTube if I share with everybody the one and only time I did?
Possibly.
You think I possibly would?
Yeah. Tom's having fun, he said.
Okay. Are you having fun, Tom? I'm glad. Tom would probably. Okay, let me see if I can speak in code. So we were in Jamaica on for our 25th wedding anniversary. We were in Jamaica, and we're just sitting there, and we're watching all these people having a really good time in Jamaica, man. You know what I mean? And I had never, ever, because I was such a good girl. Of course, I had my first baby at 16, so it's not like I had any teenage rebellious years to do any of the little fun things that you can do with the herb. And so I thought, you know what? I'm a grandma. I'm 40 years old, and I'm on vacation, and I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to ask those people if they would share. So I ran over. I need to specify this is at the nude beach, okay? So I jump up out of my lounge chair and I run across the sidewalk, and I jump into the jacuzzi where everybody is nude. And I told them, I said I wanted to enjoy what they were enjoying.
Yep.
And so I did, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh my gosh.
So I enjoyed a little bit too much. And Jim saved me, and he told me to go back and sit down, and I was just having a great time after a few enjoyments. And he said, just sit here, I'll get you some French fries. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm watching everything that's going on, and I'm eating my French fries. And I turned to Papa Jim and I said, blah, 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 blah,
Oh my gosh.
And he said, what? Of course, that's not what I said. I said something. It was a valid statement.
You said
And
it in
he just
herb?
looked at me, he says, what? Herbies.
Herbies.
He goes, what did you say? So I slowed down so he could understand what I was saying. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
and he
God.
says, yeah, I can't understand a thing you're saying. And so I just ate my French fries half asleep, and then I fell asleep in the sun. And that was no fun. That just really just did me in. That was the first and only time I ever did that.
How were you the
I
next day?
think it must have been very, very potent. Very, very potent stuff.
How were you the next day?
And of course, the next day, I was fine.
Oh, okay. There you go. Wasn't too bad
I was
then.
fine the next day. I think the reason I took such a nice nap was because I had been going to the swim up bar all day and just pointing at pictures at all the fun drinks. So I had already been imbibing. So I was already way past 3 sheets, and then I had a little bit of fun there in the jacuzzi.
Can I just tell you, there's nothing better than a swim up bar.
Oh, I love the swim up bars.
It's the best ever. Or being on a cruise and they walk over and they're like, while you're in the pool and they're like, what would you like?
I love the swim up bars. And what was really great about this swim up bar is in the middle of the pool, they even had tables with chairs. And so you could get out, get your French fries, and bring your French fries back in the pool and just sit and eat your French fries and have your drink and a little Cheech and Chong.
That's so funny.
And it was great.
That is so funny.
I will tell you the funniest moment. I don't know if anybody can handle the funniest moment in that pool. I don't know if anybody can handle it.
Go for it.
Funniest moment. We're sitting at a table off away from the swim up bar, but it's right off the steps where you go in and out of the pool. And I've got my back to the steps.
Excuse me.
And I'm laughing. I'm having a good time. And I lean back and I bump into somebody. I turn around and say, I'm sorry. And it's this man. This is the nude pool. So what's right here? Something that shouldn't be.
Oh my God.
Which, okay, that's bad enough. But he had the red M&M, the red M&M. It was a hair tie. He had the red hair tie. It was decorated with the red M&M.
Oh my.
It's like, who thinks of these things?
No idea.
Who thinks of these things? I don't know either, but that memory's lasted for 12 years, 13 years now.
Does it stick with is it more like a nightmare?
No, I just remember laughing hysterically. It didn't scare me, but it just made me laugh hysterically. It was so funny. And he thought he was brilliant. But real quick, I'm going to show you real quick. Look. Ooh, do you know what it is?
Is that your canning mat?
Did I mention it to you before?
I believe you showed it.
I did, huh? Because I told you I was going.
You showed it on a live.
Okay. I've got 2 of them done, and I'll be giving away at least one of them.
That's awesome.
When I finally get my giveaway put together.
Nice. That's awesome.
I've been enjoying making those.
Did you follow a pattern, or you just
I've
made it yourself?
I've been enjoying that. I modified a pattern.
Yep.
For something else.
That's what I do.
Into something that worked for me.
Perfect.
I modified it.
Perfect.
And then I'll be writing the pattern out as my pattern. So, I mean, I don't think the other individual owns the actual stitch.
Right.
So I will just modify the pattern based on what I am making.
Well, let me know when you have it written out.
I will.
That's awesome.
All right, my friend, you're looking tired.
I'm sorry. I got to work tomorrow.
I'm feeling tired. I know. I appreciate you stopping in.
Of course.
And I really appreciate you. Let me borrow your husband for 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, of course.
It's the most action I've had all week.
You can have him longer, but he needed to go to bed early, so. But yeah, I only have 2 days this week, so that's good.
You're doing what this week?
I only have 2 days of work, tomorrow and Wednesday, because Thursday is Veterans Day.
You're so close.
So close.
So close.
Can't wait.
So close.
Well, thanks for having him, and thanks.
Well, everybody who's watching, I love having you guys here, and thank you for being here. Oh my God!
How do you sleep at night with that going on?
Oh, and she does too, and it's like, did she just yak on the floor in the middle of the night? You're going to step in something, but she doesn't. She just makes that noise. It's very rare that she yaks.
I just want to know before you close, what is Tom at On the Plant thinking right now when he heard that noise? I'm just curious.
Are you still having fun, Tom, after you heard my dog yak like that?
Because he's got Axel, so.
And she's just laying there so peaceful.
Yeah, until she goes. Bleh.
You've got to look the video up.
Well,
she's okay. She does it all the time. I don't know what her deal is. I think what she does is she runs around the farm. I think she gets a sticker stuck in her coat, and then she licks the sticker off, and then I think she gets it caught in her throat, and then she yaks and makes that noise. She doesn't throw up. She will throw up, but it's very rare. But she just does that all night long.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, there's nights I just sit straight up in bed going, oh my God, what was that?
Tom said, haha.
Tom's laughing. He thinks it's good. Well, next week, is she going to do it again? Are you okay?
Are you sure that's not Papa
Are
Jim?
you okay? No. Let's see.
I'm dying.
Look at my messy. Hi, sweetie pie.
Okay, now I believe it's her.
She did it on cue.
Tom said it sounded like the end of a good show.
The end of a good night. And on that, my friends, I hope to.
I can't even.
She's going to send me to an asthma attack, I swear. I hope to see everybody on I hope to see everybody Wednesday morning for coffee chat. And
bring your vomit bag.
Right, bring your vomit bag. But I've had some people say they think it's so funny they tune in just to listen to my dog barf. Oh, how should I take that? I don't know. Coffee chat Wednesday morning. And then my next, I don't even know what to say anymore. The next quickie, you need an audio file on that. That should be something I should record and put it on Instagram so people could put it on their reels. Next Monday, my quickie is with Boots and Bounty.
Oh.
And as of right now, I plan on going forward and having it all set up and ready to go. But that's how I feel about next Monday because I have to go in for a specific test.
Oh.
And that's pretty much how I feel about it.
Gotcha.
So, sweetie, I'm worried about you. Poor thing. I know it's a sticker. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And I will talk to everybody next week. And thank you for coming up, Lisa. I appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good night, everybody.
Wendy's like, her husband was like, what?
Thanks, everybody.
Right.
Good night, Alicia. Good night, everybody.
Good night. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for joining me, and I hope to see you again next week. Again, coffee chat this Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Maybe we'll make it a pajama party. And we'll just hang out and we'll have a little bit of conversation. Good night, everybody. Take care.